Crazy stuff tonight. Crazy. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Red Friday podcast. Alan Beal, CEO, Armed Forces Brewing Company here. It is Friday. We are wearing our red. I know a lot of you do that too, and everyone's grateful. Hey, Trent, bring the noise. We're going to bring some noise. Because we got a lot of deployed troops. We got a lot of deployed troops right now. There's already 50,000 in the region over there in the Middle East. We've all heard the 82nd elements of the 82nd Airborne, if I'm quoting the articles right. About 1,000 troops from the 82nd are deploying over the Middle East, and the Marines aren't there yet. They're on their way. I think it's the 31st Expeditionary Force that's going over there. So it's making everybody wonder, what's the strategy? What you going to do? You going to invade an island over there? What is that? Crag Island? Something like that. So what's going to happen? Don't know. But I'll tell you what, lots of deployed troops. We need to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And we are wearing our red every Friday to do just that. Ladies and gentlemen. And I'm a proud patriot to do that along with so many of you. Good Friday. Palm Sunday's this Sunday. and then Easter next weekend. So we're going to cover some stuff in this Red Friday podcast. Um, Still got that preamble beer flowing. We're going to let's dive in a little bit more on the troops and everything. We're going to talk about my day trip to Washington D.C. today. As people start to hopefully pop on here and join us, live streaming over on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Send me. I wish I could. I know. So I hear it all the time. I know you veterans out there. Send me. I'll go. I'll go again. Um. Anyway, they are headed over there to the Middle East. Um. Our military is taking them out, if you will. It amazes me. It really amazes me. Um, that we're having any kind of issues in the Strait of Hormuz, actually, especially if you devastated a navy and all that. But they've got, I was talking with a family member who was with DHS, knows about this stuff. So remember all the fast boats that the Iranians had? Remember that a couple of years ago? They had these fast boats, and they still have those. So they're in the process of taking those out, and obviously we got some tankers getting through and everything, but everybody's freaking out. I know the gas prices have gone up. I think here they went up to 387 a gallon. They're going back down, and they're going to continue to go back down as we get everything sorted out there in the Middle East and get rid of the bad guys, the mullahs. They are bad, bad people. Anyway, thoughts and prayers, big prayers for our troops being deployed over to the Middle East. And like I said, I'm glad you're wearing red. Okay. And we do this every Friday, Red Friday podcast. We do a whole podcast around Red Friday for our troops. And wow. I truly hope there's no fighting. Anyway, we're going to pivot a little bit. Let's talk about my trip to Washington, D.C. today. I know I've got shareholders watching, probably on all platforms, eagerly awaiting the next 339 to 369 in the Hickory, North Carolina area. Whew. Ouch. Did you see California's gas prices? $5-6. How the hell do they do it? How do you survive out there? High taxes and I mean $6 a gallon gas and everything else that goes along there. Boy, I'll tell you what. They got Nick Shirley out there uncovering all the fraud and all that kind of stuff. They're going to cover so much stuff out there in California. $9.99 in Cali. I've got somebody here. Wow. $9.99? Anyway, high gas prices. Whew. So I had an interesting afternoon. I know there's a lot of shareholders on here. And I know a lot of you know, maybe some of you don't know, we closed our brewing facility in Norfolk, Virginia, and moved on from that. Yes, the woke mob in Norfolk, harassing everybody we did business with, and we really thought we could scale the company there, and we were making great beer and doing great things in the community. But this is all going to come out. It's all going to come out, folks. It is all going to come out. And so my trip to DC, a lot of you know we filed a complaint to the FBI, and we are pursuing that big time in the DOJ. So I was in DC today and made my way to a lot of offices. Uh, it was kind of dead in DC. There wasn't a ton of traffic there. I think Congress has left and gone on vacation. Isn't that funny? Congress has gone on vacation. That's what I was told. We can't pay our TSA agents, but Congress goes on vacation. Easter vacation, I guess. Whatever. I Anyway. Hi, Betty Harris from Texas. Sound off when you get on there in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Let us know. Anyway, it was interesting down in DC. And boy, I'll tell you what, you can get stoned just walking around. That's for sure. Uh, I mean, I'm standing right. I've got the FBI Washington D.C. field office over here, and I've got the U.S. Attorney's office here, and the DOJ over here, and I mean, you could literally get stoned just hanging out. I have a really good nose for that stuff too. I can smell it a mile away, you guys. I can smell it a mile away. I never got into that though. Um, I the sedation of it. I'm already a high strung person. I think I've talked about that before, but I can never get into that stuff. And I frankly I just can't stand the smell of it. So anyway, but it was very interesting. Uh, and dropped some things off. Talked with some people down there um, in DC, and I'm lobbying because we are taking this all the way. I've got 11,000 shareholders in Armed Forces Brewing Company, and what happened in Norfolk was egregious and illegal. And we are going to pursue this group. Right now it's five. That list is going to grow, folks. That list is going to grow. When we get into discovery, that list is going to grow. Now, I don't know if the FBI is going to share any information if they launch an investigation. I don't know if they have launched an investigation. I don't know. Um, that list is going to grow. Anyway, we are going to. I tell you what, we have July 4th coming up. It's our 250th anniversary of our country. And I can promise you this: there's going to be some fireworks before the July 4th on our end. You can go out and you can boycott whatever you want, and you can say whatever you want, but you better be accurate in what you say. And there are things that you can do to boycott a business or bring down a business, and there's things that you can't do that are illegal that you can be civilly and criminally liable for. And these children don't know what the frick they're talking about. So anyway, 11,000 folks are banding together and going after this. And that's what I'm going to say right now. Get ready, buckle up, folks, because it is moving forward. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, our friend, now pop open a beer, grab your glass, have a shot, pour a whiskey, pour a beer. It's Friday. You deserve. Raise a pint to our deployed troops and our veterans and their family members and our law enforcement officers. We had an episode here. Wow, it's the biggest second. No, it's the biggest. It was the biggest audience we've had on the Red Friday podcast. We had Lou Elizondo on here. If you don't know who Lou Elizondo is, he was the former director of the Pentagon's UAP program. UAP is now the acronym for UFOs, aliens. And he was on here. Lou, he's in that movie that came out a while back, not a long time ago, about disclosure. He's the man. He is the man. Google him, Lou Elizondo. He's got a bar up in Wyoming, and he had a motorcycle accident, so he was posting. He's okay. Looks like he was in a hospital bed, but he was giving the thumbs up with his wife, and we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Lou and wish him a speedy recovery. He's a good man. We're going to have him back on the show. He's coming out with a new book too. If you're into UFOs and aliens and government cover-ups and all that kind of stuff, I mean, this stuff is no longer the science fiction, that we've read about and watched on TV for so many years. It's some true shit now. I mean, we have Congress, people in Congress on committees coming out talking about and whistleblowers testifying before committee. I talk about this on just about every Red Friday podcast. It is obviously a passion of mine because I've been a believer since I was just a small kid. So anyway, there's a lot going on with that. And if you didn't know, it's been in the news. It's been on national news. We have a missing retired Air Force general who has been missing for 2 weeks now. The FBI's been called in. Major General William McCaslin, 68 years old, living in Albuquerque, has gone missing. His phone was left at his house. This retired general is he's in the UFO program. If you don't know who Tom DeLonge is the lead singer and guitarist for oh my God, what's the band? They're famous. What's the band? Anyway, now I got to look it up. I listen to them all the time. Tom DeLonge is a big UFO advocate. And he's been into UFOs for a long time. Tom DeLonge has. Blink 182. Blink 182. Why couldn't I remember that? Silly. Great group. Yeah, never leave home without a device. That is for sure. Anyway, retired Major General McCaslin left home with a .38 caliber revolver and his backpack. Supposedly left his glasses, left his phone, and that's it. His wife was gone an hour, if that, to a medical appointment. Came back home, and he wasn't there. There's been no sign of him, according to the news. I can't find anything that's really recent. All the articles are 2 weeks to a week ago with an update. The FBI was called in. I haven't watched the news last night with segments about him, but no new details. They found a USAF sweatshirt about 1.25 miles down the road, but they haven't confirmed it's his. This Major General McCaslin worked at, might have been Wright-Patterson, not sure, at an Air Force base where supposedly the Roswell recovery equipment and ship, whatever, was at. So I'm sure he had some big clearance. But anyway, he's missing. No sign of Major General McCaslin. That's wild. That is truly wild. Now there was also reported some kind of rocket scientist or something that worked with him also, and she's missing from hiking in Colorado. One minute she's there, the next minute she's not. And then there was another. They added another person on, some other scientist who was shot and killed um, while on his porch. Anyway, three. I don't know if nobody's saying they're connected, but anyway, three people in the UFO program or science program regarding UFOs missing and dead in a year. That's pretty wild. Anyway, those conspiracy theories, they're out there. So keep your eye on that one. That's going to be interesting. President Trump has told us he is going to declassify a lot of the UFO files, and that'll be interesting. It's quite the buzz. Quite the buzz. I mean, can you imagine? It's going to change society when we find out what this is. It's going to change society. The way we look at things. Religion, too. But hey, we already know God's huge. Who are we to think we're his only creation? Anyway, keep up on that UFO stuff. It's wild. Wild, wild, wild. Wild stuff. Tom DeLonge, Blink 182. God, he's 50 years old. Anyway. Okay. Everybody get ready. I want you to comment in here. Interesting stuff for sure. I'm reading your comments here as I'm doing this show here. Dark Sun, yeah. There's someone's commenting about, did we really go to the moon? Did we really? I think we did. God, I hope we did. I think we did. I think we went to the moon. I do want to tell you a couple things here real quick. We've got a new partner now. We are partnering with 22-0. It is no secret, folks. We lose 22 veterans a day. Probably more than that to veteran suicide. 22 a day. Plus. I've lost friends to that. I know you have. Some of you have. Some of you might be hurting, might PTSD triggers, whatever. And there are great programs out there. We are partnering with 220.org. Go to that website, 220.org. And they have such a great program there, hands-on program with their professionals. And I want you to, if you're having trouble, go to that site. There's a number on there you can call. And I want you to talk to somebody there at 22-0. They're there to help you. I know some people that they have helped. There's some triggers going on with the Middle East. High prices. Military families don't make $1 million. Some of them just get by. Some of them don't get by. Food insecurity, all these things. So 220.org, go to them. They're They're a partner with us. We are donating $2 for every t-shirt we sell at thearmory1776.com. You know where our merchandise store is. We've got $22 t-shirts on there as well, and we're donating $2. It doesn't matter if you buy any t-shirt on there, we're going to donate $2 to 220.org. I'm going to have the team on from that organization on the Red Friday podcast. We're going to have them on to talk about it. We'll launch the mental health stuff off with that. And down the road, like I've told you before on several episodes, we're going to get into the Ibogaine therapy as well. Do a show or two on the Ibogaine therapy. If you don't know what that is, you can Google Ibogaine. My friend Rob O'Neill is doing Ibogaine therapy down in Mexico. We've got a bunch of other Navy SEALs and other veterans from all branches going down there for Ibogaine therapy. They are telling me it works wonders. I've seen it work wonders on these incredible men and women. And you can go to Netflix and watch a documentary on it as well. I think it's called In the Waves of War. DJ Shipley and some other SEALs are in that. You actually follow them in the documentary down to Mexico to go to the Ibogaine therapy down there. It works. Everyone is different, though. Everyone is different. But I'm just glad there's programs like this that are coming to the forefront. You know, Texas allocated $50 million to research and development on Ibogaine. They want to legalize it there in Texas, so our veterans don't have to travel to a foreign country to get the therapy that they need for PTSD. It kind of pisses you off. They have to go to another country to get a therapy that's working for them. Not one guy, not two guys, not three guys. Anyway, Ibogaine therapy. And there's a lot of other therapies out there that we do have here in the United States as well. 220.org has a great program for veterans. Every veteran's different, though. Anyway, I want you to go to that website, 220.org. Check it out, veterans. And find the program for you. They're a great team over there. All right. So we got into some... Man, there's... We got preamble made, and I'm working on Grunt. I'm working on getting Grunt brewed. We got the cans. I want to get that double IPA out so we can get launched in Texas. I mean, it was flying off the shelves when we had it out to market. Grunt double IPA. Stand up and show the shirt off. Yeah. My Red Friday shirt. You can get one yourself and show it off. You just go to our store. www.thearmory1776.com. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. Anyway, Grunt Double IPA. Got to get that puppy out. And then work on Cat Shot and Special Hops. IPA as well, Cat Shot Lager, and you can get those rolling. I've already given you the update. We're still going to brew some down in Florida to at least supply Florida, but we're going to pivot brewing up to Pennsylvania as well, and kind of my trajectory, my plan right now, we've got our 250th anniversary of the United States of America coming up July 4th. Supposed to be a patriotic year. And we've got a great distributor up in the Philadelphia. We've got in the Philadelphia area. So I'm working on getting some preamble up there and get it out to stores in the Eastern Pennsylvania market. And I think we're going to work on having some kind of event up in the Philadelphia area for July 4th. That's what I'm working on. That's the plan. Don't hold me to it yet, but I'm working on that. That would just be ideal. Because we have distribution there, and we have a good distributor, and they love our brand. They love our beer. So it's a good fit. More details on that as they come. I get kind of mused as well about Pennsylvania. Our new contract brewer is really good up there. And they can not only make beer, they can make non-alcoholic beer as well. And you've heard me talk about non-alcoholic beer a lot on the Red Friday podcast, because I can't wait to get that out to market. That would be good. We have veterans that shouldn't be and can't drink alcohol out there. And that sector of the business is just booming right now. Non-alcoholic beverages, beer, and it's booming. Booming. So that's kind of what I'm looking at toying with right now, getting up to that Philadelphia area. Are you guys doing any genealogy stuff as well? My family is. My family is. We have traced our roots back to the 1500s so far. 1500s. Wow. And have been able to pinpoint where our family came into North America, on both sides. Both sides. So we got that. We've got, geez. There were, according to the stuff we've been able to track down, there were a lot of different Plymouth, a lot of different Mayflower ships that came over. It wasn't just one Mayflower that came over. There were multiple. Anyway, we came in through, I guess, Jersey, I guess, and have been able to trace our roots back to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We've got people on one side of the family that served in the American Revolution. They lived in Pennsylvania, and then we've got family members on the other that served in the Revolutionary War in New Jersey, that lived down in, I think, Clinton, New Jersey, part of the Jersey Devils. So that's just this genealogy thing is really interesting. Anyway, so according to family members, it's enough for us to get into the Sons of the American Revolution. So that's always fun stuff to find out where you came from, where your relatives came from. I've got family members that put a lot of time into this, hundreds of hours, if not thousands. He's been doing it for years. So that's always fun. Sit around, drink beer, and try to go through documents online. It's amazing. Everybody's got they're scanning documents and getting them online, like from a long time ago, to where you can literally track down. Anyway, that is fun stuff. And it's a good family activity too. Get around the table, grab some brewskis, and start talking about going through Ancestry.com or whatever platform you use to do that, and start going back. It's pretty cool. So I suggest you do that. Anyway, uh, gotta get grunt out. Gotta get grunt out. Um, I'll tell you what else is rather amazing, and I get a lot of emails from shareholders, from people that aren't shareholders that I know, and I get I get pictures, photos, beer, and I love the beer pairings. I love the food stuff. Um, um, People are sending me pictures of their burgers with Armed Forces Brewing Company beers, steak, pasta. I mean, it's like wings. And I love. I want to. I'm gonna post those, some of them. So if you got pictures, if you've got our beer, or if you got pictures of our beer with food and stuff like that, post them on Facebook, tag us, or on Instagram, or whatever, X, wherever, because those are always fun. Being that the company was birthed in Maryland. Um, there's a Maryland tradition, and that is, everybody's heard of blue crabs and crab cakes and all that good kind of stuff. Being a native Nebraska boy, I had never never done that. Corn and cows and steak, and burgers. There in Nebraska, but seafood, wasn't a tradition. And then I came to Maryland, and pounding crabs was the thing. You lay the paper down. You bring over the gavels, whatever they call those. They pull those blue crabs right out of the Chesapeake there, and they steam them, cook them right there for you. Throw in your Old Bay, and plop, right there on the paper, and you're going to town with your friends. Y'all got pints of beer, and you're going at it, and you're just talking while you're pounding crabs and eating it. It is a great experience if you haven't done that. When you come to Maryland, you need to go to a crab house and experience it. It's a lot of work. I would rather just do the crab cake, but it's fun. It's a social thing. Drinking beer, and pounding crabs. That is a great food beer experience. So I want to know if you guys want to throw some stuff in the comments here. What's your favorite beer and food experience? Cat Shot, our Cat Shot American Craft Lager is incredible with seafood. Absolutely incredible. It's a 5.3 ABV beer. If you like, it's got a little maize in the brewing process there, because it's got a little corn sweetness to it. But it's super good with pounding crabs and eating seafood. And I mean, it's good with anything. It's good with a burger too, and wings and all that good kind of stuff. Um, but it is great with seafood. And I can't wait to get that beer back out to market. We need to get that out. Cat Shot American Craft Lager, good stuff. Tribute to naval aviators and our aircraft carrier personnel. Yep. Preamble and New York pizza. There you go. There you go. And I know some of you have ordered the Preamble from Nick and Mo's liquor store in Lakeland, Florida. They ship to 43 states and DC. Um, Hope we're working on getting that out to distributors and out to stores so you can bypass the shipping cost. The shipping's killer. It's unfortunate, but we're working on it. And the preamble is really really good. It's that 4.2 ABV. That's that all day, every day, any day light session lager preamble. It is tasty, good stuff, and perfect for this year too. 250th anniversary. Uh, for those wise cats out there, I know the Constitution wasn't written and finished and adopted until 1787, not 1776, but it's still patriotic. So we're gonna put that beer forward and have a good old time. July 4th. I know some people have popped on. If you missed it, we're working on doing something in hopefully in the Philadelphia area for July 4th with our preamble beer. We've got a good distributor there. Uh, they love our brand and they want to go. So we're going to concentrate on that area for the July 4th. Scott Tiano, cat shot is great with anything. Amen, Scott. Without a doubt. Special hops, IPA. What would you pair with that? Yeah, I know, tap handles for preamble. Um, what would you pair with your IPA? What do you like to eat with an IPA? Special hops. I'm a burger guy all the way with special hops. It's a burger. Um, some people cook with beer as well. I've cooked with cat shot and I've cooked with special hops too. Um, I made a deviled egg one time and I put cat shot in the yolk mix. A little bit of that, along with the mustard, the mayo, the mustards, and mix that up. And then I like to deep fry a oyster and put it on top with a leaf of basil, and then some sriracha. Oh my God, it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I remember launching at a launch party. I think it was a launch party. I made those deviled eggs and had them there. We had like an hors d'oeuvre table set up. I think we had roasted red and golden beets with goat cheese and stuff, and some hoity-toity, bougie food. We had some, cold cuts and stuff like that, cheeses. But the deviled eggs went boom like that. They were gone. They were gone. I was proud of that too. I made them. I was proud of those deviled eggs because I knew they were good. That was in Annapolis, and I think I ordered. Oh my God, how many did I order? 10, 20, 30. I may have ordered 40 oysters. I may have had 40 of the deviled eggs there. 40, I think, somewhere around there. And ordered oysters for that from the boat house, boatyard. That's a great restaurant in Annapolis too. If you go to Annapolis, you need to go to the boatyard. And they just went like that. So I was like, I really love those deviled eggs. So I was going to try it with special hops. I wanted to amplify it a little bit and see what an IPA would do to it. I mean, that's two beers on the spectrum, really. You got Cat Shot American Craft Lager, and you got Special Hops IPA. And the bitterness really came through on the IP on the egg on the egg with the special hops in it. It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but you could taste the IPA, and there was this little bit of bitterness that came on it, just enough to slap you in the face a little bit. It was still good though. Still a good IPA. Still a good. Whoops. Here we go. Public chat. Still a good deviled egg. Uh, let's see. Wings. Are y'all still eating wings and drinking beer? Is that still a thing? I haven't been to a Buffalo Wild Wings for a while. I don't think. Um, I don't know. I do not know. Uh, Speaking of wings and beer, you start thinking about Buffalo, Buffalo, New York. Then you start thinking about what's in Buffalo, New York, but the Buffalo Bills. Then you start thinking about football. There was a great segment that came out, and I guess an article about football, NFL football, and how, and I'm glad that the media has started up this conversation again, because I think we just kind of went with the flow and forgot it was happening, and just went with the flow and succumbed to what they were throwing at us, the media. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? And do you remember watching games on NBC, CBS, and Fox for free? Do you? Now you got to have, I remember. Now you got to have Sling, Fubo, Amazon, Netflix. You guys out there, you could probably Stream East. You could probably name some other. You got to have uh, a subscription, a paid subscription to all these other places to watch a frickin' football game now. And I just think that's bullshit, man. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you guys think that, if you're tired of that crap too. I'm tired of it. But it makes you go out to a bar where you can watch everything going on. Uh, they are certainly getting their money. You know, the NFL, they're getting tax breaks on opening, new stadiums. Who knows what other tax breaks they're getting? And just draining more money out of us, draining more money out of us. I personally lost a little bit of interest, not total interest, but a little bit of interest when players started taking a knee and all that good kind of stuff. And that's kind of a long. I don't think that's not happening anymore. That's kind of past history. But it did piss a lot of Americans off, for sure. I haven't seen that for a while. Um, but yeah, that was awful, awful for players taking a knee back then. What was that? 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. Major League Baseball, NBA, yeah, yep, yep. But I hope we're past that now. Looks like we are, and on to other things that offend people in the United States of America. Anyway. Anyway, so I challenge you once again. I got on the food thing here. I challenge you once again. Grab a beer, grab your brews, and take some pics with food. Send them to me. You can message right on Facebook. You can message us on Instagram. You can message us on LinkedIn. Just message us your photo there with beer and food. I'm interested to see what you drink beer with. I really want to know. I will drink beer with any food. Any food. Um, any food. I'll drink a beer. And we actually make a beer that I would eat donuts with, or donuts, or toast, or and that's Death from Above Coffee Porter. That stuff is so good. You want to get up in the morning and drink it. That's how good it is. It's coffee porter. It's good, yummy, and it goes great with donuts and danishes and all that stuff in the morning. I'm telling you. Not no one gets up at night. Well, you might during a tailgate, early morning tailgate, or you might during NASCAR when you're there, or you might, on a special event get up and drink beer in the morning. I know, I know we had people knocking on our trailer over there at the Geico 500 at in Talladega, wanting our our Death from Above coffee porter. And it is so good. It is if it were appropriate to drink beer in the morning, that would be the beer with a donut or a Danish or something sweet. God, it's so good, so good. It's a great beer. We got to get that one out. We got to get that one out. Uh, so just to recap, I know we got a couple minutes left in the show here. Um, Again, I want to give a shout out veterans, and this goes for military spouses as well. If you're a military spouse or a veteran, you're watching this show right now and you're going through some shit, um, PTSD, um, and you're having a bad time, there is help available. I want you to go to 220.org. Um, 220.org. There's been a little bit of uptick with things going on in the world, troops going back over to the Middle East. These are trigger mechanisms, folks. Now, I'm not a veteran. I don't know, but personally, uh, in my soul, but being from a military family and knowing what I know today, I know my dad and my family members who did serve were living through PTSD. We're living through it, experiencing it, especially my dad, high degree level, along with alcoholism. Um, and an uncle served in the Marines in Vietnam, major PTSD, major, went homeless when he got back from Vietnam. And I want you to get a hold of them if you're having trouble. 220.org. There's help out there. Anyway, just to recap before we go, uh, on the status of Armed Forces Brewing Company, I've gotten a couple texts already from shareholders. Um, because the Red Friday podcast, it is somewhat of a tool to communicate with shareholders. A lot of them are on here. And it's been a tough road for our company. As you know, we closed our Norfolk brewery. We are trying to bounce back from all that. And I think you're going to see some fire. Just to kind of recap, we're going to see some fireworks here pretty soon. We are actively pursuing criminal and civil suits against some people in Norfolk. And some of that is going to come to fruition here. It's going to get started. So we are pursuing that. We owe that to our 11,000 shareholders in our company. And we'll see about bringing these people to justice and recouping some losses. So get ready. And we're not going to stop. We are not going to stop. We have a legal fund out there to raise funds for our legal fees. We've raised about $7,800, and that's enough to get a lawsuit started. So I parry to the lawyers on that, but things are going to start moving. Yeah. So, if you live in New Mexico, I really hope this Major General is okay that's missing. Back in the day, I would have hopped on a plane, gone down there, rented a SUV, gone out there and started looking for him. And the FBI's involved. They're looking for him. I mean, they're calling this a national security thing. Google that. Google the general that's missing from Albuquerque. Retired Air Force Major General William McCasland. He is missing. Involved in America's UFO program. He's retired, but he's involved in the private sector now. Kind of interesting. And we still haven't heard about the Guthrie case either. That just kind of, she's missing still as well. What's going on in the Southwest? Arizona, New Mexico. What's going on? People missing. Anyway. All right. Get your photos, beer, and food. I want to see them. Check it out. You can go to www.thearmory1776.com. Get yourself a t-shirt. We got a lot of new t-shirts on there. There's some $22 t-shirts on there. And we are going to donate $2 to 220.org for every t-shirt that we sell. You are helping that organization help our veterans, military spouses, law enforcement officers, and their family members. And we're going to have them on the show. We're going to have them on the show coming up soon. I think Pamela's watching right now. Pamela, get the team together. We got to do a thing on the Red Friday podcast. And don't forget, team, you got to keep wearing your red. We've got a lot of troops deployed over to the Middle East. And, they've added 5,000 Marines that are on their way there. And that, you've got thousands of sailors on those ships as well over there. And then as we started out the show, it looks like 1,000 troops from the 82nd are deploying. I have deployed over there as well. So they're going to be in harm's way, keeping us free and safe. And we need to wear our red every Friday and get into prayers for them. Those are my closing thoughts on this day, March 27th. One thing we didn't cover was it was on the 25th. That was just like a couple days ago. The Medal of Honor Day. National Medal of Honor Day. Talk about some heroes. Holy crap. To go through and read those stories is just absolutely incredible. So that's some other good reading you can do. I've met a couple of those, two, three, or through 3 or 5 in my life. Had dinner with a couple too. They are incredible, real American heroes, and I'm glad we have a day to honor them and tribute them. March 25th every year. That is awesome. All right, that is the Red Friday podcast. Get ready, America. We are working on getting our shit together. More beer out to you. And like I said, we got some fireworks coming. I will keep you updated right here at the Red Friday podcast. And shareholders, you got an update email coming very soon. Probably by Monday or Tuesday. We'll have a shareholder update email for everybody. But you can always watch us here on the Red Friday podcast as well. Get your update on your Armed Forces Brewing Company brewskis. Everybody, you call them battle buddies because I know there's a lot of veterans watching. Again, 220.org. If you're having trouble, if you're feeling good about things, make a phone call to one of your brothers or sisters that served with you and check on them, will you? America, especially us in the private sector, we need to seriously help and put a dent in this veteran suicide epidemic we have in our country and not let it go. Not just think everything is hunky-dory and okay. So let's keep it up. And I want to thank the team over at 220.org as well. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
We're the proud, we're the free, we're the whole.
What? Okay.